Hey there, Londoners! It's me, your old mate. London's great and all, but sometimes you just need a break from it all, right? We're talking top 10 weekend getaways from London in 2025. Whether you fancy history, crave peace in the countryside, or want to eat fish and chips by the sea, we've got you covered. So buckle up, grab a cuppa, and get ready for some serious travel inspiration. First up, we're heading down south to Brighton. Picture this. The sun is shining, the seagulls are squawking, and you're strolling down the pier with a stick of rock in hand. This vibrant seaside town is practically a rite of passage for us Londoners. It's just a quick hop on the train and bam! You're transported to a world of amusement arcades, quirky shops, and that glorious pebbled beach. You'll get a lungful of fresh air, a belly full of fish and chips, and maybe even a souvenir or two. Just watch out for those seagulls, they're ruthless. Brighton, a classic weekend getaway for a reason. Next up, we're off to a slightly more historic destination. Next stop, Bath. And no, you can't actually have a bath in the Roman baths. Bath is like stepping back in time, but with better pastries. You've got those ancient Roman baths which are well worth a look. Then there's the stunning Georgian architecture, all honey-colored stone and elegant curves. Bath is also known for its fancy little tea rooms. Treat yourself to some scones with clotted cream and jam. And if you're feeling energetic, you can always climb up to the Royal Crescent for some cracking views of the city. Or just find a sunny spot by the River Avon and watch the world go by. Bath has something for everyone. Just leave your rubber ducky at home, yeah? Right. Grab your thinking caps, everyone, because we're off to Oxford. This historic city is not just about books and exams, it's a treasure trove of experiences waiting to be discovered. Home to one of the oldest and most prestigious universities in the world, Oxford is a place where history and modernity blend seamlessly. Don't worry, you don't have to actually be intelligent to visit, you just have to look the part. Wander through the cobbled streets and soak in the academic atmosphere. Speaking of pints, Oxford has some cracking pubs. These establishments are steeped in history and offer a cozy retreat from the bustling city. Cozy little nooks with roaring fires. The kind of places where you can imagine professors and students debating philosophy over a pint of ale. It's the perfect setting for deep conversations and light-hearted banter alike. No trip to Oxford would be complete without a punt down the River Cherwell. This quintessential Oxford experience offers a unique perspective of the city. It's basically like a gondola. But instead of a handsome Italian singing to you, you've got your mate Steve trying to figure out which end of the pole to use. It's a laugh and a half, and a great way to bond with friends. And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can always try to sneak into one of the university colleges. These historic buildings are architectural marvels and hold centuries of academic secrets. Oxford, a city of dreaming spires, scholarly pursuits, and maybe even a bit of punting success. Whether you're here for the history, the academics, or just a good time, Oxford has something for everyone. Next up, we're hopping over to Cambridge. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't it just Oxford with a different name? Not entirely wrong. Both cities have grand old universities, beautiful old buildings, and enough bicycles to fill the Tour de France. But trust me, Cambridge has its own unique charm. It's got that whole being built on a river thing going on. Perfect for a romantic stroll or a leisurely punt. Cambridge is full of picture-perfect spots like King's College Chapel and the Mathematical Bridge. The best thing about Cambridge? The atmosphere. It's got this buzzing, youthful energy thanks to all the students. It's the kind of place where you can just wander around, soak up the atmosphere, and maybe even learn a thing or two. Or just eat your weight in scones. No judgment here. Right, enough with all this city slicker stuff. Let's get out into the countryside, shall we? And there's no better place to do that than the Cotswolds. Picture this. Rolling green hills, quaint little villages with houses built from honey-colored stone, and more pubs with crackling fires than you can shake a walking stick at. The Cotswolds are not exactly known for their thrilling nightlife, but that's kind of the point. This is a place to escape the hustle and bustle, to breathe in the fresh air, and to pretend you're a character in a Jane Austen novel. Wander through charming villages, stopping for tea and scones in every single one. Go for a hike in the hills, taking in the stunning views. Or just find a cozy pub, settle in by the fire, and spend the afternoon sampling the local ales. Right, let's be honest, who doesn't love a bit of royalty? And there's no better place to get your royal fix than Windsor. This historic town is home to Windsor Castle, the Queen's favorite weekend getaway. The castle itself is well worth a visit. It's absolutely massive, full of history, and you can even watch the changing of the guard ceremony. Windsor isn't just about the castle. It's also got a lovely little town center, full of cute shops and cafes. And if you're feeling peckish, you can always grab a bite to eat in one of the many pubs and restaurants. If you're feeling adventurous, take a boat trip down the River Thames. It's a great way to see the castle from a different angle, and you might even spot a swan or two. Right, let's get our history hats on, shall we? We're about to embark on a journey through time, because we're off to Canterbury, a city that has been a beacon of history and culture for centuries. This ancient city is steeped in history, with every corner telling a story of its rich past. No trip to Canterbury would be complete without a visit to Canterbury Cathedral, one of the oldest and most important Christian structures in England. Its towering spires and intricate architecture are a sight to behold. It's absolutely massive, full of stunning stained glass windows that tell tales of centuries gone by. But Canterbury isn't just about the cathedral. The city itself is a treasure trove of experiences. It's also got a charming little city center, full of cobbled streets, quirky shops, and historic pubs. Each street and alleyway has its own unique character. You can easily spend a day just wandering around, soaking up the atmosphere, and discovering hidden gems. Canterbury has got you covered with traditional pubs serving up hearty grub, perfect for a cozy meal. And if you're in the mood for something lighter, there are cute little cafes offering delightful afternoon tea. Canterbury also has a thriving arts and culture scene with theaters, museums, and galleries. There's always something to see and do. Whether you're a history buff, a foodie, or just looking for a charming city break, Canterbury has something for everyone. It's a place where the past and present beautifully intertwine. All right, gather around, you literary lovers and theater nerds, because we're off to Stratford-upon-Avon, the birthplace of William Shakespeare. It's got those half-timbered houses, those flower-filled gardens, and those actors wandering around in doublets and hose. For starters, you can actually visit Shakespeare's birthplace, which is pretty darn cool. You can see where he grew up, where he wrote his first plays. Stratford isn't just about Shakespeare. It's also got a lovely little town center full of cute shops, cafes, and pubs. And if you're feeling peckish, you can always grab a bite to eat at one of the many restaurants. Some even serve up traditional Elizabethan fare. Just maybe avoid the roasted swan, yeah? Not exactly my cup of tea. Right, let's hop on a ferry and set sail for adventure. The journey itself is part of the fun, with stunning views of the sea and the fresh ocean breeze. Next stop, the Isle of Wight, a little slice of paradise just off the south coast of England. This island is a treasure trove of natural beauty and historical charm. It's got those sandy beaches perfect for a relaxing day, charming seaside towns that feel like a step back in time, and amusement arcades that bring out the kid in everyone. For starters, it's got some seriously stunning scenery. The island's landscapes are a photographer's dream. We're talking dramatic cliffs plunging into the sea, creating breathtaking views that are perfect for a scenic hike or a peaceful moment of reflection. Rolling green hills dotted with sheep, offering a quintessentially English countryside experience. And those iconic chalk stacks known as the Needles, which are a must-see for any visitor. You can hike along the coastal path or rent a bike and explore the island at your own pace. The trails offer a mix of challenging routes and leisurely paths. The Isle of Wight is full of picture-perfect spots like Osborne House, Queen Victoria's beloved holiday home. The gardens and interiors are a glimpse into royal life. You've got Blackgang Chine, the oldest theme park in the UK, full of quirky attractions that are fun for the whole family. And then there's the Garlic Farm, dedicated entirely to garlic. It's a unique spot where you can learn everything about this pungent plant and even taste some garlic-inspired dishes. It's weird, it's wonderful. It's the Isle of Wight in a nutshell. From its natural beauty to its quirky attractions, there's something for everyone on this charming island. Last but not least, we're venturing into the wild. Get ready for the New Forest, a sprawling national park that's home to ancient woodland and free-roaming ponies. It's the perfect place to escape the hustle and bustle of city life. The New Forest has trees, ferns, and the occasional squirrel chucking nuts at your head. For starters, it's got those famous New Forest ponies, which roam free throughout the park. You'll see them everywhere, grazing in the fields, blocking the road. The New Forest isn't just about the ponies. It's also got fantastic walking and cycling trails, charming villages, and cozy pubs. Spend your days exploring the forest and taking in the sights and sounds of nature. In the evenings, settle in by a roaring fire, sip on a pint of local brew, and pretend you're miles away from civilization. So there you have it, folks. The best weekend getaways from London in 2025. Whether you're looking for history, relaxation, or a bit of adventure, there's something for everyone. From the sunny beaches of Brighton to the ancient forests of the New Forest, these destinations are just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the hustle and bustle of city life. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your suitcase, pack your sense of adventure, and get ready for an unforgettable weekend getaway. And hey, if you bump into any royalty, any Shakespearean actors, or any particularly friendly ponies, tell them James Corden says hello. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments where you're planning to go first. Happy travels!